Let's go.
What's up and welcome to FPL Today. I'm your host JNO. Welcome to the channel and welcome to a new show on the channel called The Daily Recap. In this show we will cover Premier League news and transfers, especially in periods like pre-season and the January transfer window, as well as general opinions about football, which will of course help towards what this channel is about, Fantasy Premier League, but will also hopefully just be able to expand my growth on YouTube. Hopefully you guys like this series. It's something I plan to do maybe 5 days a week. If it's something I can do rather quickly, it will be less edited than the Fantasy Premier League videos, which I will take more time on, and it shouldn't affect the streams either. But sometimes I just like to talk about football and not necessarily focus on the Fantasy Premier League aspect of it. But if Fantasy Premier League is something you need in your life, there is a fantasy football magazine which you can get monthly subscription to. So it's sent to your door every month with tips from some of the best Fantasy Premier League managers in the world. Check the link in the description down below. So the news from yesterday, the worst bit of news for us as fans, as neutrals if we're not a Man United fan, and as Fantasy Premier League managers, is the fact that Pochettino reveals Harry Kane could be an injury doubt for the Manchester United clash. Now a lot of people are saying it's very certain he won't play. However, from what Pochettino has said himself, he has admitted that he needs to assess his team and he might be forced to rotate for different reasons. And he said about Harry Kane, if he is concerned, we'll have to wait and see. That is of course not a nailed on opinion. He could be fit in time for the Manchester United clash, but it will be a massive blow for Tottenham Hotspurs if Harry Kane cannot play against Manchester United. Now this might mean that Heung-min Son plays in his place, or they might try and start Llorente, who they have brought in, but not having Harry Kane, a player that's averaged 6 shots on goal every game this season so far, and a Ballon d'Or nominee player, not having him in a game of this magnitude is seriously going to hurt Tottenham Hotspur's chances against Manchester United, especially as Mourinho is the type of manager that could possibly park the bus against Tottenham Hotspurs to make sure he doesn't lose any points. Of course, Harry Kane didn't play in the Carabao Cup against West Ham United, who did manage to come back from 2-0 down to beat Tottenham Hotspurs in that, and the quarterfinals have been drawn, and the big fixture is Bristol City will be facing Manchester United in the Carabao Cup. Now I could be saying that wrong, I apologise, I've not actually watched any of the Carabao Cup, so I don't know if that's how you say it. However, the Carabao Cup draw was a bit of a sham because there were so many technical difficulties that fans were left waiting for about 2 hours before the draw actually came out, and then it wasn't live like they said they were going to do because the big plan was to be live on Twitter. Instead, it was a pre-recorded draw. However, Bristol City do get the big tie against Manchester United, which will be big for them. Arsenal will face West Ham and Leicester City are at home to Manchester City, while Chelsea have Bournemouth. And what a day out it would be for the Bristol City fans if they manage to get a result from the Man United tie. It seems like Twitter dropped the ball on this one, as the EFL have asked Twitter for an official explanation to the unacceptable delay in the draw being aired on Twitter. And I do personally think this is a bit upsetting because it would have been nice to see future draws done on Twitter as well. A platform that a lot of people have access to, where you could watch stuff like this for free without necessarily having to sit in front of your TV. You can watch it on your phone if you're at work or if you're out and about. So it's definitely something I would like to see successful in the future, but obviously it didn't go very well for this draw. And then finally, there is an investigation going into the Tottenham Hotspurs fans after one of the fans relieved himself into a plastic cup and then another fan threw it into the West Ham fans. At least that's what the video looks like. I would show a clip of it, but who knows if YouTube would demonetize it, so I'm not going to risk it. First of all, just not even looking at football, it's disgusting. It's just wrong. And then the fact that you're going to do that just because they support a different team to you, it's really very childish behaviour. And I know West Ham fans get a lot of stick for the way they can sometimes act, but it was just unacceptable behaviour, and Tottenham Hotspurs are looking into it. They have said it's completely unacceptable behaviour, and they have ask for anyone with any information about the people that did this to come forward. There is an email that you can message as well. It's supporter.services@tottenhamhotspurs.com. So if you do know anything about it and you happen to be watching my channel, then go and make sure you message them. It will all be done with complete confidence. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this new series that I hope to do maybe 5 days a week, where I can just cover general news, which will of course sometimes affect Fantasy Premier League anyway, like the Harry Kane news, which I found out in the live stream I'd just done. So smash a like on it if you are happy to see this sort of thing. And in the comments, if you don't want to see this sort of video, let me know why. I know some of you have only subscribed for the Fantasy Premier League stuff, but I'm trying to broaden my horizons as a YouTuber and spread my wings, so to say, and grow a little bit more. So your support on this would be hugely appreciated. I've been JNO, this has been FPL Today, and remember, it's all about the game.